That does include the employees here at the sheriff's office. And how many of the Public Safety Committee members know that there's 2 investigations going on by a private attorney right now? Questioning 3 of my detectives, and the jail administrator is going to be questioned. Scope, I thought of it was going to be of a certain nature, but it turns out to be kind of a mixed match of things. But I'd like to know then who authorized these investigations and under what authority. What is the scope of the investigations? Was someone given permission to access the sheriff's office electronic files? And if so, who was given that permission? And what were they given access to? Because as being the sheriff of the county, it troubles me as that somebody is going through electronic files of this office, many of which are law enforcement sensitive. Who's paying for the investigation and out of what budget? Is there money to cover the investigation without utilizing any contingency funds? Was the Corporation Counsel asked his opinion of these investigations? Why are we not using the Corporation Counsel rather than a private attorney? And again, a private attorney is costing someone some money. Where is that coming from as a taxpayer's expense? We already have in procedure a sheriff's office policy and procedures in place on how to file a complaint against an employee of the sheriff's office. The complaint is to be signed complaint under oath that the complaint is true and correct. If the complaint obtains false accusations, the complainant may be charged with perjury. Why was the sheriff's office policy and procedures not followed? Do we even have a complainant with these investigations? One of the incidents being investigated happened in July of this year. Why is there a delay and it's now first being brought forward several weeks before the election time? You know, I think it's a shame that a private attorney is being used in what I kind of term as a witch hunt, only to discredit my office and staff during an election cycle and on taxpayers' dollar. Even if the attorney is being paid somehow different, there's a cost as far as employee time. Some of these people have been in the interviews up to 3.5, 4 hours. The stress and the strain being placed on my employees and their families that I've called for, and it should be stopped. You know, keep the bad politics away from my employees. Why should there only be 5 members of a 27-member board pursuing one thing that has already been thoroughly investigated and another which is a falsity and costing taxpayers money? I ask that this stop because I think it's a witch hunt and a look for vengeance on behalf of some members. Mr. Chairman, you are the Public Safety Committee chairperson. In cooperation, you can look over what Sheriff's Authority spells out and what the sheriff has the right over. What is your opinion on this?
Well, it's like I told Mr. Gutho, I was very surprised when I heard it. I said, it's kind of like getting hit in the back of the head with a 2x4. I didn't know nothing about it. Right? And I guess in that aspect, I do feel that the administrative committee should have notified me, being the chair, and they didn't. And that when it comes to some of the disciplinary actions that are mentioned in the handbook, I feel that there probably should be more than just the admin committee that's in charge of that, or actually a private committee that's put together to be in charge of that stuff, to make those decisions. Be it board members or even a couple of people from the general public, I don't care. But I think that committee has a little more power than what they should have.
You know, these detectives that are being investigated were on their time off. State Statute 164.015. It was a political doings that went on as far as the Republican Party picnic goes. It was on their time off. They have the right to do political things on their time off. They are not in any way involved with this sheriff's office. And I'd like to first off know why our policies and procedures that we have as far as filing a complaint against a sheriff's deputy or sheriff's employee was not followed. And why someone's paying this attorney well over, I believe, a labor attorney is maybe $300 an hour.
I have no idea.
And who's paying it?
No clue. I don't know.
What are we going to do to remedy this, Mr. Chairman?
I don't know. Right now.
I think what can be done is the members of the board that are not in agreement with this, all it takes is for one board member to put a resolution before the county board this coming October, and they can dismiss or whatever this action that's being taken care of or being done. That's all it takes. Say no more to this.
I think at this time I don't believe we have the right to even step involved because there's an investigation in progress and there's.
What investigation? What authority? Again, I ask you, what authority?
I don't know.
There may have been a new policy procedure book that was put into place, but it doesn't follow statute or sheriff's authority regarding the sheriff's office. Read for yourself what I gave to you folks.
Perhaps this is a question that should be brought before the administrative committee. Maybe you should go before them and get on the agenda and ask them themselves.
Sure.
I don't know what else to say.
Dumb question, who was started the investigation?
I am not part of any of that. I cannot address any of it.
Was it a specific committee or 5 people?
I can't answer. I don't know. I was not privy to any of the circumstances or the meetings that were held to determine whether there should be an investigation or not.
I think you're correct. I should go probably before the admin committee and ask as to who started this, who the complainant is, why the policies and procedures of the sheriff's office was not followed, why they felt they need to have a private attorney, probably being paid $300 an hour, to do this. And where's that money coming from? We have a member of the admin committee here. Maybe she can answer.
I'm not sure how much I can answer, but I did hear whispers about secret meeting.
I did say that because somebody must have made a decision. Should be in public record somewhere, shouldn't it?
Whenever there's,
I'm gonna stop this right here because I don't want to get involved in no legal stuff. I don't want to jeopardize anything over this. I'm gonna move on to request to utilize 1%